right, she'll have to rejoin. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Sorry about that. Some technical difficulties. We're gonna start on your back in your warm-up in bridge, and we're gonna do 10 bridges. So push through the heels, lift your hips, only so high that we get this nice straight line from our hips to our knees. And when you look up, you should be able to see the tops of your thighs, keeping our core pulled in and pushing down through the heels so that we squeeze our butt. And we've got 10 of those. I was saying as we were getting started with that recording, it's just to take some time with your warm-up. The warm-up has obviously a lot of purpose to it. There's a good reason why we do it. So come back onto hands and knees, draw the belly button up and in, and then drop it down, reverse it. So really exaggerating this cat-cow. We've got 5 of these. This is to help warm up the hips, the pelvis, the back. If we've been sitting most of the day, I know I've been at my computer working. This is going to help loosen some of that up before we get into our workout. From there, we'll drop down to forearms. One hand comes behind the ear, and then we're rotating the shoulders so that our elbow is coming up towards the ceiling. There we go. She's back. All right. Keep it moving through that warm-up, that AT spine on each side. Sure she comes back in here. There's Marissa. I was worried about you. Technical difficulties. She's back. So we have that AT spine. We're just rotating the shoulders towards the ceiling. Point the elbow to the ceiling. Open up that upper back. For those on the recording, you'll need a mini band or a hand towel today or some lightweight dumbbells. If you don't have a mini band, you'll definitely need a towel and you'll definitely need some lightweight dumbbells. But if you have a mini band, you'll be all set for everything. Once we finish that T-spine, we're going to come to hands and knees, all fours. Reaching one arm and the opposite leg out. We're going to balance and then set it down. So we're going to push through the heel, point the toe to the floor. Reach the fingers long. As you do that, your main goal is to draw your ribcage to your spine and keep your low back nice and flat so that we are engaging our core here. Before we work out, let's wake it up because we're going to ask you to do a lot of support today. So we want that middle part of the body awake and aware and pulled in tight. I'm going to talk about that so much today. Pulling your rib cage towards your spine and tucking your tailbone. You have 10 of those on each side. Take your time. You finish those at your pace. We'll all eventually meet in standing, but no rush. Today's workout is 4 supersets. A superset is 2 exercises back to back. We don't rest in between. We repeat them 3 times. We're going to go arm circles back for 10 once you stand up. But remember, your time, your pace. So big arm circles back. We definitely have some very specific exercises and body parts we're working today. We will get total body, but we're going to do some hinging. We're going to do some single leg squats. We will do push-ups, upper back stuff, and then some anti-rotation for your core, and a little tiny bit of cardio at the end. The last 3 minutes, we're going to get the heart rate up. Reverse that, bring the arms forward for 10. I will show plenty of options today to level, to make things easier, more difficult, and then I will have an option for specifically the single leg squats. For anyone who has knee issues, for whom single leg squatting is not appropriate, I will show an alternate exercise. Everything else you should be able to level today just by adjusting the difficulty. We're going to do 5 toe touch squats. This is mobility. So feet about hips distance. Arms come up. We're going to round the back, bend the knees, get the toes. Arms stay inside the knees. Press the knees out, drop your butt, lift your chest. Right arm by the ear, left arm by the ear, stand up. We have 5. So this is an exercise that the more you do it, the looser we'll get. Mobility improves simply by repetition, as does pretty much everything else. And mobility is not the same thing as flexibility, but both of them really start in your mind. And the more the mind understands from the body that this movement is okay, the lower you'll be able to get in it. We'll go 1 more of these. Breathing down, chest and shoulders up, right, left, stand up. Now, gate openers. So gate openers, we're taking the knee up and out. And then we switch sides. Paying extra attention to posture and core stability even in this exercise. So the core is tight. Again, the pelvis, the hips are square. So what we wouldn't want to do is just kind of make this loose and relaxed. Let's start thinking about form. So as we're finishing up those gate openers, our first superset, the first exercise is a hinge with power, and the second exercise is push-ups. And if that doesn't mean anything to you, the hinge power, that's okay. I will explain it. So we work on these every week. Go ahead and give me one more gate opener. The hinge power becomes a kettlebell swing eventually, perhaps, or a weight swing. And a hinge itself is when we are going to lean over, push the butt back, keep the chest out, and ideally my shoulders and my hips end up in a straight line. And then I push my feet down, stand up, and at the top I'm going to tuck my butt and tuck my ribs. So I'm nice and flat. So some of you guys have worked with me a long time. You know this, but it's good to repeat it. So that's the basic hinge. When we add power to this, we're either going to, and I have to do it off the mat, come down into that hinge, and then sweep the arms up, reach to the sky, try to come up on the toes. And again, the tighter you can be, like look, I can hold that on my toes because I'm squeezing in. So I can come up, reach, balance, and then come back down. Level 2 would be to jump and land, and jump and land. Level 3, for those of you who do kettlebell swings with me, or you've been doing these Friday workouts for several weeks, you can use lightweight dumbbells, not heavier than like 8 pounds. Hold them in your hands, swing back, thrust the hips forward. And so when I do that, my elbows are slightly bent, I'm still locking it in at the top, and the weights are landing just below my shoulders. Those are your choices. I will time this. I'll start from the bottom and build up, but if you know what you're doing, go ahead and do it. All right. Hinge with power. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. So level 1 is just to work on that flat back and chuck it at the top. Level 2, we're going to reach our arms up, come up on the balls of the feet. Level 3, we're going to hop up into that land. Level 4 would be to use your dumbbells and swing them. So no matter which level we're doing. So like for example, Marissa, don't drop your shoulders past parallel. Flatten them up. So everybody, you're gonna stop at parallel. Yes, there you go. You want to flat back, and we don't want our shoulders to pass our hips. Shoulders stay at the level of the hips. If you're hopping, we're almost done. If you're hopping, land low, and keep that movement going. Everybody, finish it, relax. So if you're hopping, when you land, go right back down. No pausing. All right, push-ups. I talked a little bit about before I turned the recording on, push-ups. You can use an elevated surface, you can use a wall, you can use your knees if you have to. A push-up starts and ends in a high plank. So you're gonna find high plank, whether it's on the floor, on maybe my table that won't move, no matter where we are, on a wall. Hands are just outside shoulders, and elbows are flared so that you make an arrow position and not a T. If you're gonna do this on your knees, come first to that high plank. So hands below shoulders, full plank, then set your knees down. And do your push-up from that position so that we are engaged through the glutes, engaged through the core, draw your belly button into your spine. You guys have 10 push-ups, your pace, your count. I'm gonna peek a little bit. Exhale as you push away the floor. So we wanna keep everything tucked tight. So even if I'm on the wall or I'm on an elevated surface, rib cage up to spine, hands are a little tiny wider than shoulders. Exhale, push. Make sure your butt's not up in the air. Amber, strong. Beautiful. Nice. Marissa, drop your butt down a little tiny bit. Yeah, Shesta's looking good. Awesome job, you guys. So do your 10. Grab a drink of water if you're done and you're waiting. That's our superset number 1. So we are going to do 2 more rounds through that. That hinge with maybe a jump, a power, or a dumbbell swing, and then our 10 push-ups. So if everybody's ready, just be mindful, even though your shoulders are coming down quickly, you're going to stop at parallel. Shoulders and hips are even, so what we don't want to do is go past our hips. We want to keep this as a hinge and then forcefully bring your butt forward. Let's try it again. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So maybe I'm hinging back coming up with no weight. Maybe I'm gonna reach my arms up, try to come up on the balls on my feet. Maybe I'm gonna spring and land. If I'm throwing my dumbbells out there, resist the weight going forward with a little tuck of your tail and a squeeze of your cheeks. So we're back and forward. Everything is locked in super tight. Elbows are soft, but not super, super bent if you're holding dumbbells. Yeah, get it, you guys. So let's see, Amber, bend your knees more. So make sure you guys, as you come down, especially if you're real tight, you're gonna have to bend your knees a lot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Catch your breath, and then go into your push-ups. So remember, even if you're on your knees, before we start, we're gonna have our hands right outside the shoulders and our elbows slightly flared. Exhale as you push the floor away. So draw your belly button into your spine, then drop your booty tiny bit. Exhale, press. You got it. So whether you can do this exact thing that I'm doing against a wall, on a piece of furniture, with your knees on the ground, and the form looks exactly the same. Like position, butt squeezing tight. Exhale, press the floor away. Yes, you guys look great. Think about if I looked at you from up above. I should see an arrow and not a T. So elbows are out, but shoulders are down. Looking very strong today, you guys. Awesome job. So when we do that hinge, I like to say chest is out, so like shoulders are back, chest is out, but your chin stays tucked. You should see, it's hard to tell this on yourself, but notice there's a step, my body makes a straight line. That's what we're going for. So if my knees are too straight, I'm gonna end up rounding. And if I go too far, I end up angled. So we want flat and then straight. All right, last time through. Let's do it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's hinge. So we're taking it back. Maybe I'm just gonna come up and tuck. Maybe I'm gonna reach my arms up, lift into the balls of my feet. Or I'm gonna hop up, land low. I'm using dumbbells. My hips, yeah, there you go. Good. Amber, just press your chest out a tiny bit more. Yeah. Good. Shasta, lean all the way over. So come all the way flat, yep, and then try to press your knees apart just a tiny bit. They tend to drop in a little bit. So hard to see some of this stuff on yourself, which is what we're for, right? 10 seconds, you got it. Dana's looking good. Nice, Tiffany, very good. You got it, Robin. Strong work, Marissa. 5, 4, 3. There you go, Shasta. 2, 1. Relax. Okay. We're gonna do push-ups. One more set. Wherever your level needs to be, on a wall. I think the wall doesn't get enough credit. Table, a couch if it's fairly firm. Exhale, rest that surface away. Draw your rib cage into your spine as you push. So think about on a push-up, you're pushing yourself through the floor. Not off the floor, through the floor. So like you're pushing your hands down like they went right down to the floor. And that core is so important. Strong work. Nice, Amber. Good. Shesta's looking great. You guys are awesome. If I don't say anything, it's just because I can't see you, not because you're not amazing. Yeah, beautiful. So once you finish that, go ahead and grab a drink of water. Our next set of 2 exercises. For the second exercise, you're going to need either a mini band of some kind, a loop or a straight, lightweight dumbbells, and or like soup cans. We had someone this morning using like soup cans. They totally work. So something that weighs about 3 to 5 pounds, a dumbbell or something else, or a kind of band. We're gonna get to that in a second. The first exercise we're gonna do, I wanna show you quickly the modification. So for anyone for whom single leg squats do not work for your knees, whether you're on with me live or you're watching this on record, right leg out, left leg down, knees in line. So my thighs are lined up, my legs are together. I'm single leg bridging. Now the hardest part of that is to go into that bridge and keep this leg from doing this. Keep them in line. Think of it as this nice straight line. So that it's exactly the reverse of what we're going to do standing. That's your modification if you have knee issues. If you don't, we're going to do a single leg squat. So what I want you to do is place your feet together, all the way together. And then we're gonna keep the right foot totally down, and we're gonna kind of kickstand the left foot a tiny bit. So a little less weight is on my left foot, but it's still down. With my legs together, I'm gonna sit back into a squat, lean forward, reach forward, and try to drop my butt as low as I can, pressing up through my right foot, tuck my ribs, tuck my butt. You might get here, you might get here. It's just gonna depend on your leg strength and your knees, but that right heel has gotta stay down. Your left heel is up, but your right heel is down. Let's try it. So right foot down, the left foot's right next to it, a little bit of weight on it. Make sure you lean forward, fold in half. Ready? Here we go. So depending on your knees and your mobility, maybe we're going that low. But I encourage you to just see where you can get, because you might surprise yourself. Because of the position of our feet right now, you might actually be able to get a lot lower than you thought you could. Make sure you're really driving that right foot through the floor. And I'd rather have you put more weight on your left foot, like even potentially almost all of it, and get lower, than try to barely use your left leg and not get as low. Good work, you guys. Make sure you do lean forward. You're really gonna have to fold in half if you're gonna get any depth out of this. Chest out, shoulders back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys all look great. Everybody looks really good. It's all gonna depend just on depth, and it gets better over time the more you do it. Switch feet, so left foot is all the way down. Little less weight on our right foot. Ready, here we go. Reach forward, lean forward, sit back. So your chest is out. Notice how straight my spine is, but I'm pushing my butt way back, and my left heel is glued to the ground. Push your left foot down like you were trying to drive it right through the floor, and then you're so tight and tucked at the top. Beautiful. Try to keep your arms low so they don't get up. Biceps shouldn't be by ears, because that's going to be uncomfortable for your neck. So just kind of grow and stay low with the arms. The reason we stick the arms out, number one, it helps you sit away. So arms reach forward, butt reach back. 5 seconds. Plus 4, 3. Good work, you guys. 2. Last one. This exercise is a prep for a pistol squat, which is a single leg squat where you hold your foot. So if eventually I'm going to want to be able to do this, let's start by doing this. Next exercise, lightweight dumbbell or a mini band. I'm going to work my way through it a little bit at a time. So if you're using a mini loop band, you're going to bend your right arm, hold it in your right hand, and then so it's like, you see how that is? And then I'm pulling it out. So the band is perpendicular to my body, and then I'm taking my arm out to the side, but my right hand is the anchor point. So this is the movement. If I'm using a mini band, it looks like that. If I'm using a straight band, it looks exactly the same as what I just showed you. If I'm using a dumbbell, my hand is here. So we're just a little bent, just a little leaned over, and we're pulling. All right, I'm gonna watch. I feel like Tiffany's got a dumbbell, but most everyone's got a band. Okay, so take it in, the weight or the band is in your left hand. The right hand's gonna anchor, so it's either on my thigh or I'm holding here. And we're gonna take it to the side. Ready, here we go. So we're pulling it out. So I'm just a tiny bit leaned forward. Yeah, should be, if it feels really uncomfortable on your back, you can, if you have a band, you can actually stand up straighter. If you have a dumbbell, you're gonna have to lean over. But what I wanna work is the back of the shoulder. So my elbow's staying just a little bit. It's just this little hinge at the shoulder joint. Yes. Now this arm is mostly straight. So I don't wanna, like here, I'm going to pull it out. Yeah, yes, good. You guys look really nice. Yeah, perfect, you guys. 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, because what I wanna get isn't the top of your shoulder, it's the back. So in order to get the back, we've gotta go back. So I like to think of this as opening the refrigerator door, right? If I'm here, it's still an exercise. It's hitting more top shoulder. I want the back. All right, switch hands. 3, 2, 1. And the reason I want the back is because we worked the top of your shoulder a lot this week already. And this, yes, you guys got it. And this is a rotator cuff exercise. I'm just kneeling so I can see you guys. You don't have to change your position. But this is really good exercise for the back of the shoulder, the rotator cuff. So we're just opening it like we're taking a look in the fridge. Like, what's in the fridge? You want to see? Yes, if you're using a dumbbell, you're going to have to be pretty bent over. You can make this harder, even with your band, by leaning over. But that's up to you. Less than 10 seconds. Good work, you guys. Y'all know this is going to be the YouTube screenshot. This right here. It always is. Relax. Put that band and that weight down. We're going back to our single leg squat. I just keep cutting my head off today because I feel like you can see me better this way. Who needs to see my head anyway? All right. Right foot down. Little bit of tiny weight on the left foot. Let's see if we can fly through this second two set without so much chatter in between. All right. Reach forward, sit back, and here we go. You know what now. We've taught it. So now, start putting those fundamentals together. Reach forward, sit back, drop your butt down. You're going to reach a point on this exercise where it does require you eventually to be able to keep your heel down and drop your hips below your knees. That's the challenge. But the more you work at it, the more it'll come. And then rely on that left foot a little more if you have to. Our ultimate goal right now is depth and not using the left foot. We'll get there eventually, but right now I want you to work on trying to get low. Building the strength. Press out with your booty, but press your chest forward. Eyes looking out and down. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Switch sides. Left foot down. Little weight on that right foot. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sit back, reach forward, drop your butt. So we're like folding in half, but like a book. So a book can't bend. We're a hardcover book. We can't bend. So we can close, but we're staying nice and straight. I don't know if that makes any sense. Sometimes these analogies, they just come to me. Press your left foot down through the floor as hard as you can. And then try to drive yourself up with your left side booty. You guys look really, really nice. Good work. You have 15 more seconds. That's when we start going, okay, are my knees okay? If I keep my weight back, can I get a centimeter lower? Proceed with caution, but challenge yourself. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Find your dumbbell or your band. By all means, if anybody else's lower back is real cranky, you could also do this as I am right now, like kneeling. I'm half kneeling. You don't have to stand. It just depends on what feels comfortable. My back's real mad right now, so I'm going to try this. All right, let's do left arm coming out. Open in the fridge. 3, 2, 1. If I'm holding the mini band, I'm going to try to get it to start. It's perpendicular, then it comes horizontal, right? So we're here, and then we're pulling it out. A straight band with no loop is going to look pretty much the same, but your hand, wherever you place it, it's going to give you that range of motion. If I'm using a dumbbell, I'm just opening it here. A little bit more forward lean if you're using a dumbbell. Yes, you guys look perfect. Very, very nice. So we're getting that straight out to the side release. Pull it out, slowly lower. 10 seconds. Even if you're using a band, you got to resist it as it goes up. Resist it as it pulls in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Just switch your setup. So switching to that opposite side. If you want more brace, you can absolutely half kneel. All right. Other hand, right side. Ready? And we go. So we're going to pull it out. Lower. Chest out. So we're keeping that like nice flat back. Everything we do, we always want to be thinking about flattening the back, drawing the ribs up and in. Especially if you're standing, sometimes we start to get a little rounded, our posture collapses. So keep everything tight and tall. Yes, perfect. And then yeah, those of you who have a mini band, you can actually stand up straight. But if you have a dumbbell, we got to get gravity. So we got to be bent over, chest out. Strong work, you guys look so good. Pull that straight out. Use that upper back of the shoulder. Yes. We have 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Set it down. One more set. Single leg squat. If you need water, I need water. Grab a quick drink of water. Single leg squat, rear fly. Last set of each. Right foot down first. So we're gonna press the right foot down. We're gonna have a tiny little bit of weight on our left side. Ready, 3, 2, 1, we go. So we get to that last set. You're gonna have to have some level of awareness of whether or not you have any gas left and whether or not you've really been pushing the challenge here. And if you haven't quite yet, then now's the time. Like, we sometimes don't know until third set how that's gonna feel. So now that we're at our last one, like, okay, can I drop it a tiny bit lower? We're actually not doing a ton more leg work today. So you are kind of safe with trying to push this a little bit lower, chest out, shoulders down the back. Push that right foot down through the floor, tuck it at the top, you got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we're switching sides. That looked amazing. Left foot down, little weight on that right foot. Ready, we go. Sit back, reach. You gotta really sit back to deload this left knee. And it'll tell you, you get to a certain point where that left knee is gonna be like, okay, that's it. That's where we are. And that's okay. If you have better hip mobility, like my left knee's been real cranky, but I can still, because there's no weight, but there's very little weight in my knee right there, even though I'm going all the way down. So go to where you feel comfortable, but push that challenge just a tiny bit. That's where the strength is built. It's in that extra little, let's see. You have a point where your body says, this is good, let's stop here. We gotta go a tiny, like infinitesimal bit past it. 3, 2, 1, relax. Do I get any points for infinitesimal? That's a great vocabulary word. I'm telling you what, I learned things in school. Okay, we're going with that rear fly. Last time, open the refrigerator. If you have a dumbbell, you're gonna have to lean over more. If you have a band, you can be straighter. You can half kneel if you should need to. Left hand first, ready, go. We know it by now. Let's do it, yeah. I always like, if we're leaning over, a little brace on the thigh or on a bench or something like that, just to support the low back. But like I said, if you're using that mini band, you can also get your back of your shoulder without leaning over because of where your anchor point is. A dumbbell's anchor point is it's really at your shoulder instead of here. You got it, 15 seconds, but that's just all, it doesn't matter so much. Use the back of your arm. Open the refrigerator. Little pull, slow, lower. Resist it on the way down. Again, that's where the change happens, is on the way down. Last one, switch sides. Most muscle real challenge and work is actually done on the eccentric, which is the lowering phase, interestingly enough, is when we're resisting as we go with gravity. Something to think about. Opposite side, 3, 2, 1. Now, certainly the concentric, which is when we're working against gravity on the way up, we build muscle. But so much, like if you ever get really sore, it's usually the eccentric resistance that creates the muscle tears that cause soreness, not the concentric. So you got to think about not just pulling, but how we lower. And as we come down, we're resisting, whether it's a dumbbell or the band. We're not just coming down and letting gravity pull. This is our muscle going, nope, I'm in control. Can only control so much. Try controlling that. 10 seconds, back in the arm. You guys are so strong. Really good work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Grab a quick drink of water. We're going to meet on the floor. Eventually, we'll need that mini band. If you don't have a mini band, you'll need a hand towel, but that's for the second exercise. The first exercise, we're going to be on the floor. And this is a great exercise to build core strength and help with low back pain, but it can cause low back pain if we don't adhere to some of the really good form that we're going to talk about. Most of you guys have done hollow holds with us. A hollow hold is upper body is up, legs are up, arms are reaching. Then we get to levels. So less challenging would be knees bent, but out away from the body. More challenging would be one leg straight and one leg bent. Most challenging would be both legs, but not up here. And I'm not up on my tailbone. My low back is totally on the ground. And then I'm trying to get my feet closer to the floor. So I'd rather see bent knees with feet close to the floor than straight legs way up in the air. All right, let's try it. So bring the legs up, reach the arms, lift the head and neck, and here we go. So maybe I'm going to extend my feet a little bit. Once I get to about 90 or a little past, maybe I'm going to try extending one leg. If my low back is staying flat, I can pull my ribs to my hips, my low back feels okay, then I'm going to try the other leg. This is what I would ultimately be looking for with straight legs, not this. Then we don't get the lower part, we don't get the ribs and the hips pulling together if the legs are up in the air and the hips are really flexed. Ultimately, I'm looking for less hip flexion. Go ahead and relax. Good work. We're going to stand up, grab your towel or your mini band. If you have a straight band, it's going to look like what I do with the towel. So if you have a band that's not looped, you can use that too. If you have a mini band, put your hands inside of it so it's over, like just above where your wrist is, and you're going to be pushing your hands out against the band. If you're using a towel or a straight band, you're going to be holding it like you're gripping it and you're trying to tear it in half. Like my hands are pulling on this so hard, like I was trying to rip it. Everybody be sure not to lock your elbows. We're going to step and slice and step and slice. When we slice, this is strong and powerful. And what we're doing is we're using our core to resist this. So if I just use my arms and I just slice side to side, I'm going to twist my core. I'm going to throw a lot of weight and issues into my low back. So I'm going to resist it. Slice it down, pull in through here, super tight. Try it. So if you're using your mini band, same thing. 3, 2, 1, we go. Take it down. And I'm going to step that opposite foot. Step in and slice. Yeah, so tight. Tuck your tailbone so you feel your butt underneath your body. Squeezing in. And then we're just bam, bam. So we're just slicing. Use force. Move your arms. So my hands go from high to low. High to low. High to low. You got it. 20 seconds here. Yes, and just feel how you can stop that motion by tucking and squeezing through here. What we just did on the ground in your hollow hold. Same thing as we're standing. Ribs to hip. Slice. Last one. 3, 2, 1. Finish. Nice job. This is anti-rotation. So we're fighting rotation in the core. Take it back down to the mat. 2 more times through that. We'll go through that a little bit more quickly. We're doing really great on time though. So remember that hollow hold. I'm looking for less bend at the hips. So this would not be what we're looking for, but this might be, or this. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Then maybe extend. Keep pulling your ribs to your hips and your low back flat to the mat. So you're glued down. You're like stuck on that mat from the bottom of your rib cage to your tailbone. The farther the legs come out, the more you're going to have to resist gravity and pull here. I certainly find when my back is cranky that one bent knee serves me very well. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Woo! Stand up. Whose lower back isn't cranky right now? Anybody? No? Then you're blessed if it's not, because man, oh man. Not only do we hold tension in our backs, but can't get a massage, so it's rough times. All right, I'm going to show it with the band this time. You know it by now. Think about what we just did on the mat, where we were pulling in. You're in that same position this whole time as we're standing, and you're slicing and stepping, but the whole time you're doing that hollow hold, even on your feet. 3, 2, 1. We're going to push or pull, so hands are engaged. I'm either pressing my hands apart or I'm pulling them apart because trying to rip the item that I'm holding. And then my tailbone is so tucked. I'm so tight through the middle. You guys look so good. I love how watching people make this, like, some people make it more dancey, some people make it more aggressive. I love it, but it's a slice. And then we're resisting. Make it powerful. Now, the more you throw it, the more you gotta resist it. So listen to your back and just be sure we're not getting any rotation at that middle part, at your lumbar. Hips and shoulders can rotate a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. One more set. Down to the ground, hollow hold. You guys are crushing it today. Really good work. Someone had mentioned they wanted more abdominal work. We do so much abdominal work, it just doesn't look like what you're used to seeing. Everything we do is abdominal work. All right, we're gonna lift the knees. Reach the arms, hollow hold, ready, bring it up, then extend. This is core work. The exercise we're doing after this is core work. We're working our core, trying to train it to work as it does in life, which is to stabilize our spine and protect our low back as our limbs move. So what are we doing right now? Pull your ribs to your hips, pull your belly button down into the spine. We're creating strength and stability to prevent arching of the back. You got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Woo! Go ahead and stand up, one more. That is definitely, our main philosophy. We're not about abs. We're about core. And core is all about keeping you safe so you can do things in life and not end up with a back injury because it ain't no fun. All right, chops, side to side, last time. 3, 2, 1, we go. Slice. Yeah, pull it in, tuck it under. Oh yeah. So we're keeping that hollow hold as we're standing. And then we're using force. Like you're trying to actually slice, like you're cutting your way through the rainforest right now. You're like, I've never done that. I don't really know what that would be like, but maybe it would be like this. Pretend you're in an action movie with your favorite hunky actor, or if you're watching this on recording and you're a gentleman, your favorite hunky female, or whomever you might be attracted to. 15 seconds. Just slice and slice. You got it. 10 seconds. Keep tucking that tailbone. Squeeze. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure you get both sides. Go ahead and rest. Done with equipment. These next 2 exercises are body weight. Grab a drink of water. I want to talk quickly about mountain climbers. Mountain climbers are core work. So, we've traditionally seen mountain climbers done fast. Arms are way out in front. You're going fast. Your hips are bobbing around. That's not how we do them here. We're going to set up a high plank, and I'll show you the modifications in a second. But hands are right below shoulders. So when you mountain climb, you do not want to be like this, with your arms way out in front of you. You got to set up so your hands are right below your shoulders. And then we're bringing the knees in and out without rounding back. So it's actually much more difficult and it's much more core work. Much like push-ups. This can be done on a piece of furniture. This can be done against the wall. If you have wrist issues, do it standing and work on not breaking your plank. That's our second exercise. Our first exercise is a crisscross jumping jack. We're going to cross the fingers and the feet. Low impact, cross one foot in front of the other, cross the arms. High impact, cross them both. Yeah, just get your coordination going. 30 seconds of the jacks, 30 seconds of the mountain climbers, 3 sets back to back. We're done after that. So let's go. Just 30 seconds. Crisscross applesauce, ready, here we go. So, low impact. Bend down the legs, cross the foot. High impact. We're crossing both the feet and the arms. Everybody, core tight, doesn't matter. Hold your hollow hold. That hollow hold, you're still holding it. Ribs to hips. If I'm going low, I'm still getting high intensity because I'm working those limbs big. Stronger. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Okay. Anyone who has wrist issues, you can do this standing. Otherwise, the wall, the table, the floor. Set up with your hands directly below your shoulders. Find a high plank. Drop your butt. Here we go. Knees in and out. Press your back flat. So this is all about not tucking and rounding. It's all about holding your plank as you move your knees. Beautiful. Everybody I see live looks beautiful. That is much harder than bobbling around all over the place with loose hips and loose core. Squeeze that core. Press your rib cage up. Press your tailbone down. 4, 3, 2. Make sure you get both sides. Awesome work. All right. You got it. Woo, we got 2 minutes and then we're done. We're going to stretch, but 2 minutes of work left and then we're done. Crisscross jacks, slow mountain climbers, 30 seconds of each. Let's do it. All right, jacks. Ready, go. So low impact does not have to be low intensity. Make it big. Cross the arms, cross the feet. If you're doing high, just keep your core super tight. So this feels very stable. This is about challenging your lungs, challenging your heart, getting your heart rate up. It's so short. That's why we do it fast, not a lot of rest, because it's not sustained. So go there, push it. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Such a healthy ability to challenge your lung capacity and then recover quickly. That's what, in my mind, cardio is all about. All right, we're coming back down either on an elevated surface, on a wall, standing if you have wrist issues. Make sure your arms are perpendicular to the ground, your elbows are slightly bent. Ready, we go. Knees in and up. Now, press that chest out. So even if I'm standing, I'm focusing on not rounding my back and keeping my core tight and straight and strong. Yes, that's all that this is about. It's being able to move with control and maintain in your plank position, whether you're standing, elevated, on the ground. Strong work, everyone looks so good. You have less than 10 seconds. Keep that so tight. 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish it. All right, come on up. 1 more minute of work. Then we get to do the fun part, which is the stretching. Just kidding, this is the fun part. All of it is fun. 30 seconds, jacks. All your effort, all your energy, because after this, we're done. It's only a minute. Ready, go! Maybe I'm going high, maybe I'm going low, but I'm taking the intensity up. If I'm low impact, I can still use my legs. I could move more quickly. I can just make my movements really big. That alone is going to kick up the intensity without adding impact that bothers the joints. Yes, you don't have to. 10 seconds. Go for high impact. You can still get high intensity. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down to the wall, the table, the floor. Standing with knees if we need it for our wrists. Bring it down, find that position. Ready, go. Knees in, knees out. If you're on your hands, whether you're elevated or not, make sure your elbows are slightly bent. Try to press your chest out. You guys look great. Strong work. And then drop your butt, but at the same time your butt goes down, your ribs go in towards your spine. So that we're, again, what is this? It's a hollow hold. Now you're not on your back, you're on your hands. Same position. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay down there on the ground. We're going to stretch. So no need to stand up. Let me adjust my camera and we'll get to stretching. If you want water, you can grab a drink. Bye, Dana. Thank you, babe. Good to see you. All right, yeah, if you got to run, because this is a midday class, you can get back to work if you need to. If you're watching this recording, do the stretch. Don't turn me off. All right, we're going to go all the way back on your back. It's kind of the same position we started in, and cross your right foot over your left leg. You can hold it here, or you can draw that left leg in for a little deeper stretch. Start slowing down your breathing. In through the nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Oh, yeah. Good work, you guys. I love Fridays. I happen to really enjoy the Friday workout, but I say that about every workout because I enjoy all of them. Hopefully you guys do too. Go ahead and switch legs, cross it over. And considering how much I have to do them, I'm glad I enjoy them, right? So we're going to hold that opposite leg maybe, or you can leave the leg down. We just want to get a stretch through the left side, left hip, glute, outer thigh, and keep that nice, slow, deep breathing. Inhale and exhale, yeah. Feel satisfied. You showed up today, you brought it, took some time for yourself, for your health. You can feel good about that. Go ahead, hug both knees in, roll yourself to seated. We'll stick both legs out in front, sit tall, right foot over left leg, and then we're gonna hug the right leg with the left arm. I will be sending out another email today with just a couple of things, and if you guys have feedback, if you see that email and you have feedback on these virtual sessions, I'd love to hear it if you haven't already shared. I know quite a few of you guys have. Go ahead and switch your legs. So you're just going to put your left foot over your right knee and hug that into your right arm. Even if your feedback is like 100%, it's great. I don't need you to do anything differently. That's helpful because that just tells me that you like what I'm doing. So it's good to hear either way. So if you have time, look for that today. And then go ahead and come to standing. I'll stretch that upper body out. Next week, schedule. Reach the arms forward, draw the belly into the spine. Stretch that upper back. So yeah, we're like almost a standing like that cat-cow a little bit, but we're really rounding and pushing. The only change to next week is that 7 a.m. class is going to be moved to 6 a.m. on Tuesday, Thursday. Arms back behind, roll the shoulders down and back, chin up, chest up. There are still people who want to work out at 6 a.m., God bless you. And some people are starting to go back to their places of work too a little bit. So Monday, Wednesday, 7 will become Tuesday, Thursday, 6. And that 7 goes away for now. Maybe it'll come back, maybe it won't. We'll see what happens. Right arm across, hug that in for your shoulder. And then 6 o'clock Monday night, this coming Monday, May 4th. I'm not having a workout class, but I'm having a like office hours coaching call, conversation, just come hang out. Go ahead and switch to the other side. Basically, if you have questions for me about anything you're doing workout-wise, physically, health-wise, if you have questions as far as I'm struggling with this thing or that thing in your health and fitness, I'm happy to help with that. We're going to come to that same flat back that we were in for our hinge, and then we're going to hold. If you just want to visit with me and say hi, come on 6 o'clock. So same link as this one. And it's just a chance for me to offer some help that's not simply exercise and workouts. Slide your hands down your legs, make this a little deeper, but take your head and neck with you. And if we like it and people find it beneficial, I'll do it every week. We're actually going to be doing more of that with our distance training here soon once we launch that and roll it all the way up. That will involve you being able to get with me one-on-one, like during the week or once a month. So if that's something that you're interested in, like you really want some one-on-one, either training or guidance, I'm fairly open to that. So just shoot me a message and we'll chat. From here, deep breath, inhale, reach up. I feel like there was one more thing I had to tell you. Oh, I do. Exhale out. Here, one more deep breath, inhale. And then before you guys go, we have a new accountability challenge starting. It's not a challenge, it's a program. New accountability program starting May 11th. I'll send all the information out starting Monday. It's healthy habits. It's called Refocus Reset. And the goal of that is to help you guys kind of get more in the rhythm to have accountability towards getting back to our self-care, our workouts, our eating, all that fun stuff. It's going to be really fun and it's free and anybody can do it. So hopefully y'all invite your friends to do it with you and we'll get a ton of people to take part. I'm going to turn the recording off.